Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headline. Nigeria seeks to boost economic ties with France as Tinubu visit Paris. Labor and Employment Ministry don't create jobs, says Minister to Nigerians. Dozens killed after landslides bury 40 homes in eastern Uganda. And on sport, Chelsea certain of qualifying for knockout after Hindenburg win. Now the news in details. For the first time in 24 years, Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu began a state visit to France on Thursday to boost economic ties and attract foreign investment. The visit is symbolic to Nigeria's leadership as it marks the first appearance of a sitting president at Champs-Élysées in 2 decades. President Bola Tinubu chaired meetings at the LC's palace aimed at bolstering Nigeria's position as a top trade partner for France.
Stabilizing the security system in Nigeria, and we are getting closer and closer. We are doing better now in the area of security. I can assure all the investors here that Nigeria is open for business, and I thank you for your collaboration.
France is seeking to strengthen economic ties with Africa as the visit sets up the two presidents for meeting at the Franco-Nigerian Business Council Forum. Away from that, we have you know that the Minister of Labor and Employment, Mohamedou Dingyandi, has said it is not the responsibility of his ministry to create jobs for Nigerians. He explained that the role of the ministry is to make policies that would foster job creations for Nigerians. He spoke at the annual conference of the Federal Capital Territory chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations in Abuja on Thursday. He, however, said the ministry recognizes the challenges posed by Nigerians' large youth population. The minister highlighted the administration's focus on economic reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He cited the recently negotiated minimum wage and ongoing infrastructural and human capital investment as key initiatives. We also let you know that the Director General of the National Health Insurance Authority, Kelechi Ohiri, says the federal government has set an ambitious target to enroll not less than 40% of the country's population into the health insurance schemes by 2030. Ohiri stated that the target was part of the government's effort to achieve universal health coverage and ensure that all Nigerians have access to quality health care services. Speaking at the Health and Managed Care Association of Nigeria Annual Conference and Induction held on Thursday, the DG lamented that there were unmet needs for health insurance in the country. According to him, the current state of the health insurance industry in Nigeria is a far cry from what it should be, despite being in existence for over 20 years. He expressed concern that about 99% of Nigerians in the former sector had yet to be incorporated into health insurance packages. The House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the 1999 Constitution will hold a national dialogue on local government autonomy on Monday, December 2nd, 2024. The Deputy Speaker of the House and Chairman of the committee, Benjamin Kalu, disclosed this on Thursday while chairing a brief meeting of the panel at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. The Deputy Speaker, who represents Bende Federal Constituency, Abia State, stated that the national dialogue aims to consolidate ideas for a robust discourse on the independence of local government administration in Nigeria. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of West Africa. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, Jane Mensah, on Thursday reaffirmed the commission's commitment to transparency, responsiveness and inclusiveness in ensuring peaceful election. At the historic signing of the Peace Pact by the presidential candidates of the 2024 election, Mensah described the occasion as a pivotal moment in Ghana's democratic journey, underscoring the symbolic significance of the Peace Pact. The pact, which brought together key political figures, civil society organizations, and international observers to witness the commitment of the presidential candidates to a peaceful electoral process, signifies the candidates' dedication to prioritizing Ghana's unity over personal ambition, and Mensah lauded the candidates for demonstrating leadership and a commitment to ensuring peace before, during, and after the election. Now we move to other parts of Africa after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. At least 15 people have died and 113 others are missing after landslides buried homes in 6 villages in eastern Uganda. Police revealed this on Thursday. Another 15 injured people have been rescued and admitted to Bulungaya Health Center. The Uganda Red Cross Society said Thursday that 13 bodies have been recovered after landslide buried 40 homes and the rescue effort was continuing. Newsmen reported that authorities expect the death toll could rise to 30. Heavy rains triggered landslide in the mountainous district of the Bulambuli, 280 kilometers east of Kampala, the capital. Away from that, in a later address to the Senegalese authority, French President Emmanuel Macron for the first time recognized the killing of West African soldiers by the French army in 1944 as a massacre. Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye made the announcement in an interview aired on Thursday on the French television. Between 35 and 40 West African soldiers who fought for the French army in the Battle of France in 1940 were killed on December 1, 1944 by French soldiers after what the French described as a mutiny over unpaid wages. Faye said Macron's step should open the door so that the whole truth about this painful event of Tahrir can finally come out. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. The Nigerian federal government, through its Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, has declared that it would spend about 2.4 trillion naira on power subsidies before the end of this year. NEC Commissioner of Planning, Research and Strategy, Yusuf Ali, disclosed this at the PwC's annual Power and Utilities Roundtable themed Reigniting Hope in Nigeria's Electric Power Sector in Lagos on Thursday. Ali explained that the subsidy had fluctuated due to foreign exchange challenges and tariff adjustment. As of November, the subsidy amount stood at 1.9 trillion naira, but with current trends, the monthly subsidy for electricity is expected to reach 260 billion naira in December, Ali stated. He emphasized that the 2.4 trillion naira is an annual estimate that could adjust depending on the monthly cost-benefit tariffs. Still on business news, the federal government, through the Nigerian Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, has announced their approval of a license for the construction of a new refinery. The approval given to a company named Process Design and Development Limited is to establish and construct a new 27,000 barrel per day refinery. It said the facility will be located in Dole Wurel Ako area of Gombe State. Still to come is sport. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back now to Sport News. Liverpool's Arne Slot has hailed his Manchester City counterpart Pep Guardiola as the best manager in the world. Slot is also backing the Spaniard to find solution as the Premier League champions continue to struggle. City traveled to Anfield on Sunday looking to end a 6-game winless run in all competition. Liverpool have already opened an 8-point lead at the top of the table, having won 10 of their 12 fixtures so far. Still on sport news, Chelsea beat Heidenheim 2-0 in the UEFA Conference League clash on Thursday night. Christopher Nkunku and Mayelalo Mudryk scored twice in the second half to ensure the Blues left Germany with victory. Cesar Casadec received a late second yellow card in what was a comfortable evening for Chelsea. The win takes Enzo Maresca's men up to 12 points after 4 features. Chelsea are also guaranteed to play European football in 2025. The Premier League club are now mathematically certain of at least a European Conference League playoff place. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. A Zimbabwean court freed an opposition leader and 34 activists after handing them suspended prison sentence for taking part in what authorities called an unlawful assembly. Magistrate Colette Nkob sentenced Jameson Timber, interim leader of a faction of the Breakaway Citizens Coalition for Change Party, to a 2-year suspended prison sentence after he and the activists were detained for more than 5 months. The activists received lesser prison sentences and also fully suspended. The magistrate convicted Timbal and the activists last week. He acquitted 30 others who had been detained alongside Timber. Amnesty International described the detention as part of a worrying pattern of repression by Zimbabwean authority under President Emmerson Mnangagwa, and called for an investigation into allegations that some of the activists were tortured while in police custody. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We brought you that Nigerians seek to boost economic ties with France as Tinubu visits Paris. Labor and Employment Ministry don't create jobs, says Minister to Nigerians. Dozens killed after landslide buried 40 homes in eastern Uganda. And on sport, Chelsea certain of qualifying for knockout after Hindenham win.